Welcome to the Nerdgasm Channel Podcast. I'm Willie, aka Unofficial Ninja.
Zach, Romeo 313.
Hi guys, Jules, Fade Alexander.
And today we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. So, let's just go ahead and get in.
Strap in.
Strap in?
Strap in.
You strap in because it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Alright, so do you want to go ahead and do this one first? Which is our favorite console to game on?
So that's one of our Twitch followers
Yes.
that asked us that, correct?
Why don't
Yes.
you explain who that is?
That is Jessica from the great team
Her
over.
name all over the internet.
I mean,
She's a trap
you
queen.
submit
She
a
does-
question. I'm sorry if we know you, your name is going to get
You
used.
said, yeah.
No, I'm with you on this, Willie.
yeah.
Like, if you want a question, if
She's
you want
with
to
the
shout
great
out,
team over there at the Core Effects. Check them out. They have the Core Effects Haptic Feedback Gaming
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Really good. Love ours. Yeah, go check them out on the website.
So let's talk about it. I'm actually really excited to talk about this, and I don't want to go first.
I don't either. What's your favorite console to game on, Julius?
Why I gotta go first? What if I don't want to go first?
Because I just want to get the Nintendo. I want to get the Nintendo out of it.
One, two, three, go.
Oh, you're out. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
That means I go last.
That means you go first.
No, that means I go last.
That means you go first.
We didn't set the rules in the beginning.
It doesn't matter.
All right, redo.
No.
Loser goes.
All right, ready? What? Right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. You go first.
All right, I'll just go.
Be honest.
Like of all time or recently?
All time. What is your favorite console to game on?
Pretty straightforward question.
Yeah, but it could have been like now.
She's not talking about when you're 5
Well,
years old.
no, think about it.
He just said all
No.
time.
No, think about it. If this is your favorite console now, it's your favorite console, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it was,
Kinda
when you
straightforward.
were 5 or
PS4.
when you're playing
PS4.
PS4 has a lot of different
Okay.
features, and I like the things you can do, like share play. I played
Sure.
with Devin the other night.
You can
Mortal
play online,
Kombat
too.
10, and he doesn't even have the game. We were able to actually play with each other, like he was in there with me. So it has a lot of cool features. They need more games overall, but
Okay.
yeah, that's my favorite console
So
right
because of the share play feature, it's your favorite console to play on.
now. And just overall fun. Like
I get it. No, you can't.
Okay. I'm not asking you to defend it, I'm just clarifying.
Nobody's gonna be like, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite console of all time is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and I'll tell you exactly why. 1, I love retro gaming. 2, I grew up in a neighborhood where there were really not that many kids to play with. So a lot of my early gaming and best years were spent playing Nintendo games where, you only needed one player. So if it was a 2-player game, like, I really didn't hold that much interest to me. Like, fighting games, not really into it like Willie is, because I needed that second person to be there. So Super Nintendo, for me, is my favorite. Had some of the greatest stories out there. Really enjoyed it. That's probably my favorite console of choice. Julius?
I would probably have to go with Super Nintendo as well. Just for the mere factor that I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so you knew it was going to be a Nintendo.
Nintendo got brought up once
Nintendo.
again.
I'll kill myself
console.
later.
In some way, shape, or form, mine would probably be Super Nintendo because it has my all-time favorite game, which is Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, yes.
So that's my all-time favorite game. Also, Super Mario World.
Oh, yeah. It
just
came bundled with it.
It just had, that was back when games were fun, fully baked. You didn't have to worry about everything else going on with it. You didn't need online.
You didn't need
support.
another person to play it.
Yeah, if you did, you're lucky you had 2 people.
Yeah,
to play.
exactly.
Killer
It
Instinct.
was kind of a really nice bonus feature. Now,
So-
think about it. Think of a game that came out with a console that was that awesome.
Sonic.
Was not that good.
I thought Sonic 1 was amazing. It almost
On the
made me-
Genesis
Genesis.
it was amazing based on,
There was
the
an
graphics.
Oh, the graphics were amazing. Soundtrack
But the
was
game
amazing.
was not as amazing as the
Super
game.
Mario World.
No. It didn't have the story.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was.
It wasn't
all-
also as user-friendly.
But it was a neat alternative for a system.
Oh,
to come
I
out with
agree.
a game.
I
You
agree.
had TurboGrafx 16 that came out with Bonk. And those were fun games.
And that was later on in the system's life.
And so, but you had Super Mario World for Super Nintendo, and then you had Sonic or Sega Genesis and Sonic. That was it. Those were the games. So that's always gonna be my favorite time to play video games, just because that's when you can actually just immerse yourself in video games, taking away from nostalgia factors like Atari 5200 when I played with my dad and stuff like that. But
which I'm not taking anything from Atari fans, but like you have to also think that like those games were so rudimentary to the point where like they were fun if you could have fun with them. But beyond that, like if you had a better option, like it's hard pressed to be like, wow, you know, unless you had nostalgic memories of it, it's really hard to be like, wow, those games still hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Whereas if you throw in Super Mario Brothers 3, which granted was kind of towards the tail end of the Nintendo era,
yeah, 8-bit Nintendo,
still one of the most amazing games.
Oh yeah.
Out there.
But yeah, mine would definitely. I wouldn't have a next gen in there. I wouldn't have a next gen.
Like,
because
I wouldn't have a
doing-
next.
if
I
you're
would have
doing
the next gen because, like, no, one of my favorite games was probably the PS4, but it was on the PS4 or PS3. But at the same time, for storytelling. But like, if you want pure enjoyment out of a game that this generation wouldn't understand, like if you gave them the older console, they'd be like, okay, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But storytelling on a 16-bit system.
You had some of your best. You had some of your best stories that were ever told in any type of game.
Because they had to.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. It wasn't graphics necessarily. It was graphics for the time.
There are neat features in the next gens that I enjoy, like the online play.
Yeah.
You know, graphical content is by far the best. Some of the best out in the business, obviously. I don't play PC, so Jess,
graphics.
I'm sorry, I can't really talk about PC or graphics on a PC. I understand that they're amazing, but there's also that level of frustration with the new next-gen consoles that take away from the enjoyment of video games for me. So I can't ever put a next-gen console as far as fun factor-wise, except for the small point in time when Halo 2 and Xbox Live were amazing.
Yeah.
But ever since then, that hasn't happened again. That lightning hasn't been able to be
We're in
recaptured.
the DLC era.
Yeah.
Where
We're now into for-profit games instead of for-entertainment games.
Now, like, if you go to classic consoles, mine would be Super Nintendo. But just
I think most people
what I like
classic.
playing right now is PS4. I just think it's really
No. I
Very
completely
well
get it. I
integrated
completely
system.
get it. I think here's the issue. With PS4, we're right there with it. Like, it's only a year old at this point, so like it's going to do amazing things. Don't get me wrong.
Potentially
PS4, Xbox One. Let's not exclude the Xbox One.
I have to, because what the hell is it? What? I don't see any redeeming factors in putting a PS1.
They still get.
It's not the fact that they made a white console when it was awesome. That was pretty.
They'll still get their share. Like, who knows? When Tomb Raider comes out, it might be like the best game ever.
Impossible. It can't be Drake. There's no way.
Drake
has.
Did you play the last Tomb Raider?
Drake
The last Tomb Raider was
I didn't play.
damn near close, man.
Yeah.
I'm here's my deal.
I can't. And
As current generations go,
is Tomb Raider exclusive?
Yeah.
To Xbox.
for that time.
Wait, which one? The new one?
The new
The new
one.
one's going to come out. It's going to be exclusive for a
exclusive.
little bit, at the very least. I mean,
I can't
exclusivity
put
doesn't really
Nintendo.
matter.
I can't put Xbox 360 in the most. I just can't personally. It's opinion, but I can't put it in most favorite enjoyable or whatever the question is.
Here's the
One
deal.
or Xbox 360?
I think it really
Xbox
comes
360.
down. I think it
I mean,
really comes
Xbox
down
One, I'm
to
sorry,
because I
Xbox
think the
One.
question
Xbox
refers to, she loves hearing everyone's, prefers certain consoles over others.
Mhm.
But I think the deal is it really comes down to the generational thing, right? Like we grew up with Nintendo. You probably grew up with Nintendo, but kind
You
of
probably grew up
cusp
more
of
on
it.
the PlayStation side.
But no, it kind
Or
of
N64.
Nintendo. You kind of came in Super Nintendo
Later in Super Nintendo
to the 64.
Yes.
PlayStation.
See, you had a choice. Well, the choice back in the day when Julius and I
There
played
was no
games
choice.
it was Nintendo for games or Sega for graphics.
And that wasn't really a choice because you had Nintendo. Nintendo really had the market share for that first season, and then you had Sega come in after that.
Well, Sega came in a
Or
couple
Genesis,
years
I
after.
should say.
Yeah, Genesis
Genesis.
came out a couple because they had the Master System.
Yeah.
But I didn't know a single person, seriously, a single person that had a Master System.
I had a Master System.
I didn't even know it existed until years later. And I was like, oh, wow.
Light games.
Yeah,
checker games.
you could play like Altered Beast in a really 8-bitty shitty version.
I've
like,
never seen this console.
Never seen a Master System?
uh,
They were at
doesn't look like a Genesis.
They were at Super Big Con.
Genesis looks pretty amazing. Like, if you take a console and sleek it out, amazing looking. You take a Nintendo and you see that blocky version, you're like, okay.
It was very sleek and sexy looking.
It was sexy looking.
First time. And of course, the black was mysterious.
But it also had some really good exclusives.
Oh yeah, Altered Beast was packaged with the game.
Moonwalker.
Yeah, Moonwalker.
One of our favorite movies.
Or games.
You say movie or we say movie?
I'd say movie or a long musical concert, musical event, special interest
video.
I remember that.
Fantastic arcade game, great console game to have at home. I really enjoyed that game.
So
never beat it. Never made it past the graveyard thrower stage.
Never did.
Couldn't do it. Could never do it. But
never had the patience for it.
It was hard. It was tough.
Because you hear those songs, right, and those classic MJ songs, and for me that was like at least 50% of it. I'm like,
well, I like the dance moves that he did when you made them all dance.
Oh yeah, but you had to like time that correctly.
Oh, you just press the button. If you're talking about turning into the robot, you could catch the.
No, I'm talking about doing the dance to where like it clears the stage.
Oh,
you had to be very careful with that. Anyways, Sega had some really great games.
Yeah, they did.
Nintendo had some great games, but Nintendo has that edge on the stellar games.
Commodore. What about the Commodore, like Devin said?
Commodore 64?
Commodore 64? Devin doesn't even know about the Commodore 64.
I don't know about it.
Probably.
Like wait, I say that knowing like I don't know that. Maybe you did have one, but if you played the Commodore 64, Devin, bro, maybe that's all you had. I'm sorry. Nothing wrong with it.
You're like, if you played that broke ass system, then you were poor.
Wasn't broke. It was a computer.
It was an expensive computer.
I know. He's like, baby.
It was a super expensive computer. It was right up there with the Apple IIc. It was ahead of its time when it came out. What?
I don't know if he had one when he came out. If it did, and Dev, bro,
I had them both.
on.
Commodore 64 and Apple IIc. I like my Apple IIc better though. I actually understood how to use it.
An Apple,
It was easier to work with. Surprisingly enough.
Apple,
So,
Samsung being over here. Anyways, okay, so I think we're done with that. Literally, when it came down to it, like, question was, what console do we prefer?
Super
Nintendo for me. It kind of just shows our age at this point, right?
I guess.
Love thing through the hand. Who the fuck cares?
Oh, sorry. Smacking the table. That's going to show up on the podcast.
Your mic.
So,
let's see. Devin, was that a question about the Arkham Knight having a $40 season pass? Or just...
That's pretty consistent, though. Didn't Mortal Kombat have a pretty expensive $29.99 or?
I think it was $20 altogether.
$29.99 season pass. I know it was
$20 to unlock everything.
I know it was more than $20. I thought it was $29.99. I think that's pretty much becoming the trend. You're paying $70 for these games. You're paying, well, maybe more than that. What is that, $80? What does the game cost now? $65.01 after taxes? And then you got $30 worth of daggum DLC, season pass.
Is he doing math right now?
So, like, what is that?
Taxes and everything?
$90 for a damn game now? That's ridiculous.
Well,
I think most
I'm
people
gonna
agree
have to
with
mention
you.
Nintendo, but the president or the producer of Smash Brothers, them coming out and saying like basically DLC is a gimmick to get for companies to release broken games and just incomplete games and get you to pay for them, which I agree. That's coming from an actual producer of a game.
Can we also say that?
But that's also
Julius has said this the entire time we've been podcasting. Nintendo fully bakes games.
They used to. Yes, they did. They were big about that. But now, even that,
we'll get to that.
In that defense, because you did make up an awesome point that developer did. But now, Super Smash Bros. Has released Mewtwo, which was the one he said was the reason why he said that. But now you're getting also Lucas from Earthbound is going to be a DLC character.
Really?
Yeah. And so that kind of was like, well.
And then the one that whenever I was reading about him and stuff, he didn't even want to make sequels to the original, like, because he said that the game is stressful, like he's devoting too much of his life to it and stuff, and it's stressful, but Nintendo keeps kind of making
it's a franchise.
So, like, he's a depressed person, and so I kind of understand that he's doing something mainly because he has to, but he doesn't,
But look at the joy. All he needs to see is the eye.
Oh, I wish I had some here, too.
You should really look at the eyes of a child when he makes a Super Smash Bros. Game, and that should be all the payment he needs.
That's what he's.
Oh, I agree.
But Nintendo does really. They are releasing fully baked games, but they're also starting to do DLC. They're also starting to do a lot of DLC.
Because you kind of have to. Well, you don't have to, but here's the deal.
But I think their DLC is actually really being developed for the game. The game was fully baked when we gave it to you. Now we're just giving you some added incentives or some extras.
Especially with that much time, like, it's a skin, essentially. Like, you add attributes to it, but at the same time, like, literally, it's like, I want to add Ness to a game, right? It's not that hard to take, like, what's a smaller character in the Mario Kart universe? I'm using it as an example. Toad. You could put a cap on him, change his face around a little bit. Still kind of functions the same way, but it's for the people that love Earthbound. I mean, like, at the very least, like, Nintendo is very smart in this sense that, like they can actually be a viewer beyond. So they can watch the fuck ups of Xbox and Sony and be like, I have my core audience.
I was waiting for you to say that, Devin. Devin basically doesn't think people call out Nintendo enough on the fact
let's change the script.
He just like okay.
No, I don't. No, I want you to, like, you're gonna like talk about it, like read what he says.
No, he said I want to know what when Nintendo is going to make new games besides the same shit they always do.
I think that same question could be sent back towards
every other developer
Xbox, PlayStation. You have your franchise titles and you're gonna make them over.
Oh, wait a second. When was the last Legend of Zelda title? Besides Hyrule Warriors, which is not a direct, it's more of a Dynasty Warriors, right?
Between
Here,
worlds.
Devin, you have to understand that, like, Nintendo will take their franchises and they will sit on them until they release a game that they feel is worthy. That's the difference. You say the same shit, but you don't even play them, though.
Well,
there's like a new Mario every other week almost. They just put them in a different situation.
But I think Devin's question is, what Devin's statement, moreover, is when are they going to release something besides the same stuff?
Like a new IP.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, they do. They do.
You just don't know what they are.
On their
well, no, not necessarily. Like, you think about it. You have Wii Sports. You have Splatoon that's coming out soon.
Splatoon is their new.
Like, the deal is, like, the titles that they're releasing aren't AAA titles necessarily. They might be AAA titles to certain people, but they're not going to be like Call of Duty or they're not going to release. See, here's the thing. I'd have to look it up though. Mario isn't always thrown out there. Like, it's Mario every once in a while. Like, you see,
well, there's typically a Mario game every 2 years, at least every 2 years.
But that's a great product though. Well, not a great product, but like that's a great turnaround though.
But
2 years, come on.
Same type of game. It's similar to like a Call of Duty. At this
so
point,
you're really
Mario
hang on, time out. Flag on the play. So bring it back 10 years. So you said it's really the same type of game. Do I need to say Call of Duty? Do I need to say Halo? Those games haven't changed.
Wait. We should
segue.
We should segue that into the question that we were asked. What are the most overrated games out right now? Wait. We'll go with that.
All right, I'll change that. Forgot to change it over.
So yeah,
let's go. Let's run with it. What is the most overrated? Well, not the most, just not one, but like, what are overrated titles in your opinion? And you're probably gonna go with them, so let's go with them.
Well, I would say, in my opinion, and this is because I have tried to play all of them, and I think they're crap.
Okay.
But Assassin's Creed, overrated.
Okay.
BioShock also. Throw BioShock out there.
BioShock hasn't released anything in a while.
Well, Infinite was the last one, correct?
What? 3 titles?
Infinite? Wasn't it BioShock Infinite?
I was thinking you said Infinite.
Infinite, you had Infinite, you also had
what was the one
DLC from it, but like they're not releasing titles all the time.
If I had to say if I had to pick one game that was overrated, it would be Assassin's Creed.
Over Call of Duty? Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because I just got so disenchanted.
I mean, you have
they're making
so
many Call of Duties. I used to have a blast with it.
That's what we're talking
I used to have a blast with Call of Duty, and then they released Modern Warfare 3, and I was like, what is this BS? And I didn't like it. And then they just kind of got away from the formula that I really enjoyed.
I feel you, Jess. On that.
So,
Bioshock is, 2 sucks, but I love me some Bioshock.
But again, you have to remember too, I'm not a big. They're just not my type of game.
That is my type of game.
Not my type
all
of
the
game.
way.
I'm an adventure platform.
Story driven. It's not a platform game.
No, I said I'm an adventure platform.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I want.
So in my opinion,
Dark movie. Like I want to walk away and go, fuck, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
So yeah, Bioshock for me definitely not on that list. Call of Duty to the point where I own them all. Like I'll still buy them. That's the worst part.
COD is not overrated; it's overplayed. Interesting. I think that's a neat statement.
You know what? I would kind of agree with that. But the problem is the developers don't think that way.
Well, people are still buying it, so they don't have to give a fuck.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. COD is not overrated. I love the mechanics of it. We've had so many shootouts, it's not even funny.
We used to. You can't even have those anymore.
But that's my point. My point is like they took something that was very popular, obviously, and then it's what's the Jurassic Park thing where Jekyll was like, you had it, you patented it, you didn't think about it, and you just fucking released it, essentially. Well, that's paraphrasing, but at the very least, that's what Call of Duty is. It's like they didn't have to work harder because they knew they had.
Although I will say, I did watch the trailer for the new Black Ops 3, and like most of their damn trailers, that's some of
the trailers are really good.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't play Black Ops 2 quite as much as I played Black Ops 1. But that trailer looked amazing. Although I did buy this new Advanced Warfare one back in November, and I've never even opened it. So there you go.
I play them all. Here's the weird thing. I'm the weird dude that plays the story first because I just want to see what they'll do.
And you're an achievement whore.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
I don't care about achievements. I just want to get the story. Here's my point. The multiplayer is where it counts, and maybe I'm getting to that point where I'm just like, I don't want to be online all the damn time trying to play with everybody. I go to sleep early. I'm sorry. So when my friends want to play, I'm usually passed out. But anyways, no. When it comes down to multiplayer, I really don't care anymore.
Well, I love the multiplayer because I love killing my friends, but.
But you don't play the.
He hates games that he's not great at. So he'll. Devin, and him, we were all playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Online, and he's like, "This game sucks, it's horrible." And it's like, dude, this is really fun.
It's probably because
you
it's
don't
not
get 24 and
it's not my bag.
Sucks.
Literally, the old Call of Duty, it was pretty, straightforward. You didn't have all this. I don't know much
Extra
perks
stuff.
necessarily, but if you're going against somebody, if you start out way beyond the time that everybody started playing multiplayer, they've amassed so much shit that you're literally just a target, essentially. So it's all good.
So I said Assassin's Creed. What did you say?
Well, Assassin's Creed at this point, I think
Is
they
it
are
that
making
bad?
too many of them. This last one,
They have a new one
they
coming
released the broken game this last go around.
Yeah.
But I used to love Assassin's Creed. The Ezio art was done really well. And was
Okay,
really
so
fun.
then are you saying Assassin's Creed is overrated?
It's not. I think Assassin's Creed at this point, they've made too many, and they're just kind of milking it at this point instead of focusing on the story.
So is that the one you're saying is overrated?
Me too, Jess. Sucker for a good game, a good story.
What do you think?
I don't think it's overrated. I think it's just played out too much. Right?
Here's the thing. Almost everything is played out on some level. So it comes down to what you really dislike.
Because certain games, if they're done well, are not overrated when they come out. And I hate to go back to Nintendo, but every year you're gonna get a Mario Kart 8, and everybody fucking buys them. Everybody goes out.
Mario
and plays
Kart
them.
doesn't come out every year, though.
Well, with every new console, and they too have one almost every year.
But here's the thing. That's why when
They've
somebody
had
was
one for
talking about
10 years.
Nintendo, and we were talking about those games don't come out every year, like a COD. Assassin's Creed, I'm so new to it. I got to it late in the game to the point where that game wasn't broken, and I had a lot of fun with you guys. But the multiplayer session,
Now, I will say-
was broken, dude.
He makes a point. Devin makes a point here with the Pokemon games. Now, I will admit the Pokemon games are just recaptured, updated graphics with more Pokemon. Because, the Pokemon Ruby right now, Omega Ruby, and
I agree.
that is just Ruby from the Game Boy Advance updated with new stuff.
I would take out Zelda, though. Zelda does not release games on a schedule at all.
No.
They release them
after 5?
They're done. And if you talk about the handheld games, I don't even count, brother.
Yeah.
Like, Zelda is their, like...
And Mario is just, that's like their flagship. He's, you
dude.
can't really compare Mario.
And, like, honestly,
but I will say,
are you counting, like,
on the
handhelds?
Pokemon.
Are you counting... Is Devin counting handhelds versus...
Who knows? But...
No, I'm serious. Like, you can't do...
You're
no.
too right. It's slurred.
Yeah, I'm slurring a little bit.
Yeah, we shall.
Slurring a little bit. I'm
So
a
like
little
Peter
drunk.
Griffin.
No, it's you can't do handhelds versus like consoles because with Nintendo they'll only do the games that they feel are really ready to release to the public.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Those are some of the ones that I think are overrated. But I think some of them are really great that come out annually, like the Infamous games. I think those are.
Well, I mean, if they're big
God
games,
of War when they
yeah.
used to come out.
Do you want another God of War?
I'm surprised you didn't say
What?
Gears of War.
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't say Gears of War.
Because
you
Gears of
hate
War
those.
died when Cliff Bleszinski
Cliffy
was
B.
like,
Cliffy B.
Just say some more big words.
I know that's a hard word to say when you're a little
spaghetti.
toasty, right? Blazinski. But it was free this month or this last month.
Which one?
Judgment.
Judgment, and I never played it, never bought it, so I
On
got
Xbox
it.
360.
Yeah.
They're making
try
an
it.
HD remake for Xbox One. I'll buy that because I love the. I love.
Are you so sick of the fucking like remakes though? The HD remakes.
It's pretty much the trend of entertainment now. The remake is the trend of
Ooh,
entertainment.
wait, that's a good one. Before we, Jess, this is going to be the last topic though. Final Fantasy.
Last
More
topic on
Final
this?
Fantasy. The last topic's on, Devin's.
Good.
But,
Like,
how about Final Fantasy? There is more Final Fantasy games than I can count. What are your opinions on Final Fantasy? How many more can they crank out?
you guys go and I'll finish it up.
The Final Fantasy games typically aren't very.
Imaginative.
No, I think they are. God, it's an entirely different universe. So there's something obviously is going on in somebody's head when they make these games. And I've never really linearly connected any of them. To me, each one is a different game.
They're different.
Except for the ones that are direct sequels of one
Yeah,
another.
which they don't do that often.
No, they've done it a few times, but so I personally don't even classify them as a series. It's just a title and namesake alone.
And
So I enjoy when they make a new Final Fantasy game. Like I loved this 15 that's coming out.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
You
amazing.
like the demo.
And
It's a-
and the demo made me play it for almost 30 hours. How long did I play that?
a
demo?
long time. Like
18 hours, something like that. I'm a level
Okay.
56, and I'm still playing it on a demo, right? And so I'm thinking that if the demo is that good and captivated me that much, and everybody knows my attention.
When was the last Final Fantasy game you played?
Pardon?
When was the last Final Fantasy?
Lightning
Final-
Returns. Lightning
The
Returns.
sequel?
The
Is that the
third
sequel?
one. That's the third one in the 13 series. 13 and then.
That's
And
all
then
I'm
13
saying.
2, and then so I play every one of them except for the MMO games because I don't play MMOs, but because I don't believe in paying a monthly subscription to play the game.
I agree.
So I don't do MMOs, and I don't like to work.
That's
That's
not the like
So,
the world that you probably want to get to if you want to do that.
and I don't work.
Or it
well
might be. I don't know.
With Final Fantasy, I don't think it's overdone
To me at all.
Mainly because they usually have good stories, and that's one of the reasons I played Final
Their
Fantasy.
graphics are always beautiful.
Yeah, they have
Voice
really
acting
good
is
stories, good graphics.
Music.
They're starting to fall off the map a little bit. Like a lot of the hardcore Final Fantasy fans are.
Oh, the
starting
Final
to get
Fantasy
sick of
fans
them.
have like ditched
But
that series.
I think that they have.
I think
good
I
stories.
think it's a good series.
that's
I
why-
No, I
continue
mean
to
like
buy it.
no, like you might think it's good, but like literally the numbers have dropped. Like I read like what he's doing in the Kojima thing, kind of paralleled with Final Fantasy, and like I didn't even realize that like the fan base has dropped so bad.
Final Fantasy Record Keeper. No, I haven't.
Is that a
played
game? I don't even know.
Is that
what
the new
is.
mobile? Is that the new mobile game? Final Fantasy mobile game?
Looking
About
at
to find out.
Record Keeper.
I think that's the mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty awesome. It basically takes the high points out of all of the. Where are you guys?
I think I saw.
Final Fantasy
Well, I
fans.
didn't know it was called Record Keeper, but I
If
swear.
I think this is what it is.
Was
takes
it like
pretty much-
moments? Because like I
Yeah,
swear I
it's
see.
like-
I see something on...
So it's it's like you can kind of customize. It has all the characters from all the different Final Fantasy games. You kind of customize your parties and go in and play the high points and get pretty much a story from every Final Fantasy game all the way through.
Yeah, no, I've seen it, but it's not called Record Keeper on the iPhone.
It should be.
It should be, because that's what it says on the Google.
Or at least that's not what they advertise it as. Like, you have to click. I haven't clicked on it.
Now? Okay.
It's like moments or something like that. I don't know. I might be wrong on that.
You probably are, because that's what it looks like on their official webpage. It says Record Keeper.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
Yeah, you know, maybe
I'm downloading it right now.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually just found out about that last week, or 2 weeks ago or so. At the,
Comes up
at the
on
comic
my
shop.
feed.
At the comic shop. So.
Comic shop.
So,
let's actually do some Facebook.
We already covered one of them, the overrated games.
Okay.
How about the new Dragon Ball Z TV show that they announced?
Let's do it.
Did you watch Dragon Ball? I'm not happy at all about the dude. It's a character.
The weakest?
He's not the weakest.
He's not the weakest. Well, that'd be Yamcha, but he's always getting his ass kicked basically to him. But he survives.
So the Nerdgasm crew thinks I get my ass kicked all the time.
I didn't say that.
I didn't
like
say
that.
I didn't say
I just
that.
said
You just did.
No, I said you'd be Krillin. That's
But
all.
I personally am not happy about the new series.
Why?
And it's not why
I
you
don't
would think
care.
I'm not happy. The Gods came out. I did actually start. Watching Dragon Ball, and I was going to work my way through Dragon Ball and then work my way through Dragon Ball Z, because I didn't think they were making any more new series. I was like, oh, I have plenty of time to watch this. Yeah, awesome. Now I've got 800 episodes if we can get caught up on, and that's just not going to happen. So that's why I'm not happy, because now I got to get caught up so I can watch this new stuff.
Most Dragon Ball Z fans will probably call this blasphemy, but you should just watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, man.
Are you out of your mind? I'm not watching the one that everybody says not to watch.
It's just basically cuts out a lot of the 8 episodes of just them yelling or something like "Yeah!" to be continued. Yeah! 3 weeks later. You going to sleep?
At a restaurant.
So I would watch that in order to if you don't have time to keep up, that's the one I initially watched.
So I got to watch Dragon Ball first, and then Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Yeah, I mean that's just if you don't want to devote the time to watch all of Dragon Ball Z, the regular, and just want to get the basic, cut out all the extra unnecessary stuff. Then yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kai. Then there's all the movies and everything that are going on. But basically, there's going to be a new. Let me see. I don't think we lost connection. Let's see. No, we should still be there, Devin.
So,
with it is, it actually has the original creator, Akira Toriyama. He's working on the story, and it's going to happen.
when is this supposed to start?
July. That's when it comes in. And it's supposed to be a brand new story, so it's not just a rehash. It takes place after the events of Dragon Ball Z. So it's actually a continuation. And I'm actually excited about it because Dragon Ball GT sucks. And so this will be something that's actually better, considering it actually has the original creator working with it. Any thoughts?
Yes, I think. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I think it'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that's in July.
That'll be cool. Is that before or after the Return of F?
After. Let's take place after that.
No, I'm talking about is the series going to start before or after the movie?
The movie's already come out.
Over here?
Funimation did a premiere 2 weeks ago. It was actually the world premiere, and then it came out a week later in Japan. Which
So they
was
haven't done it in
surprising.
theaters here, though?
Just one.
Awesome, me too.
Yeah. Aggressive Hugs. I tried to watch GT, and I got to episode 6, and whenever the guys were attacking by making them dance, forcing them to dance and beating them up that way, that's when I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I'd like to see. I would really love to see some of the old classic animes come back, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good.
Like what?
Like Rama 1 Half.
You want classic?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
How about your favorite Easter eggs? This was a question submitted to us.
We can talk
on Facebook.
I think
Zach,
Julius and I can talk about this.
Easter eggs from what? Like movies?
Movies
No,
and
games.
Both.
So Easter eggs are a
I don't
big
even
deal
think
in
I
the
know
gaming industry that's left by a developer to find, and sometimes they don't get found very easily. But think about it, like, dude, an Easter egg could be like the key in Super Mario Brothers 3. I gotta not even back me up on this.
I think he's like, what are you talking about?
Dude, like the key to get the whistle.
That's not an Easter egg. That's a hidden. The Easter egg is like.
It's still, that's what it is.
No,
it's a hidden thing in a fucking game,
that's not
bro.
Easter egg. The Easter egg is like.
No,
when
it's
you're playing
that-
Infamous. When you're like playing Infamous.
No.
No, yes. When you're playing Infamous and you see Sly Cooper's face painted
Somewhat, yes.
painted on a billboard.
But
That's an
still,
Easter egg, right?
like,
Yeah.
if you think about it,
Because the
do you
hidden
think
key
Morimoto
is-
thought,
hidden
like,
key-
if you just, like, granted, Wizard helped that, but, like, no, it's still an Easter egg. It's a hidden thing in a game that's not present. That's what an Easter egg. Look it up.
I believe you. Not really. But okay. If you say so, I
I can talk
Because
about
I
these
miss them.
games. I can
miss
like
Easter
best
eggs. If
hidden
Easter eggs
Easter
are
egg.
hidden items in the game, I don't see shit of them.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton of them in
Yeah, I
games.
miss them.
Problem is like most people miss them for a reason. Now, I don't have a favorite one. That's what I was going to get to. I don't have a favorite one.
The only one I can even think of is when I was playing Infamous 2.
Hey,
Maybe.
is that Johnny?
I would
And
think so. Okay, see, bang.
and
I would say so.
I
What's
would
that?
find the Sly Cooper stuff because it's made by.
Well,
made
you
by
get
Naughty
this.
Dog.
Like-
But did you actually see the Sly Cooper stuff in The Last of Us? Oh, you didn't play The
I didn't
Last
play
of Us.
Last of Us.
Me
Ooh,
neither.
Julius doesn't like zombies. Or
I love zombies. I just don't.
related to zombies.
I just didn't have a.
No. He doesn't like zombies. He's too scared to play the game.
I'm not too scared to play the game. Which one was
Scared
Last
to
of
play
Us?
the game.
Is that the one where the girl dies, the daughter dies in the very beginning of the game?
What? Oh, spoiler alert!
Is that game?
Yes.
Maybe.
I played that one.
You didn't beat it.
No, I didn't beat it.
If he wasn't scared of that type of
I rented it
game,
from Redbox. I had to take it back.
if he wasn't scared of that type of game, he would have finished it because
No.
that was the most
What
amazing.
games do I beat? How many
That
games
was the
have I
most
beat?
amazing game I've ever played in my
Last game
entire
I
life.
beat was
In
Sunset
fact,
Overdrive.
Oh, yeah, true.
yeah. Problem with
Oh,
that
and
game
Kirby.
was fucking easy.
And Kirby. Yeah, I don't like
Here,
hard
my
games.
deal is like that game is so good that if he didn't play it, he got scared.
No, I just didn't like it.
No, it's a pretty scary game.
It wasn't scary.
He got scared on fucking
Wasn't
The Last
scary.
of Us. That was the best storytelling in the game I've ever played in my entire life. He didn't like it. We've talked about this. He won't admit it right now. It's fine.
I didn't
That
like
game
it.
had
Well, then let
plenty
me
of-
borrow it, and I'll show you that I can beat the motherfucker. Where is it? You got it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you haven't even opened it. Shut the hell up.
You don't play it on PS3 though,
I don't want to play it on PS3. Why would I want to play it on PS3?
because I haven't opened the PS3.
Well, then I guess I won't get to play it then. I'm not scared of it because you won't let me borrow it.
Guess what? Homeboy is scared
I'm
of
scared.
The Last of Us. He doesn't like zombies.
I do like zombies. I
Or
watch The
rats.
Walking Dead.
I get- okay.
I don't like rat. I don't like rat.
All right.
Jules only likes Nintendo. LOL. Just messing with you.
That's what I'll
We're
play
too
with.
Evan.
That's what I'll
But
play.
wait, we never even settled like the Easter egg. So basically, what an Easter egg is usually is something hidden that the developer leaves in the game. So that, like, I don't know exactly what you're talking about with the key to get a whistle, but like stuff like that, I do know with his. With
So
the-
older gamers will know the wizard. Not you. I'm not mad at you, but the key to get the whistle and stuff like that. But I mean, that was kind of an Easter egg.
That was a
Who knew about that before the Wizard came out? Or well, I guess that came out before the game, right?
the Wizard of Oz.
Never mind.
I'm just fucking with you.
I know. Power Glove, so bad. Anyways, so whatever.
Yeah, when are y'all gonna play Bloodborne? Evan
Bloodborne?
wants to know.
I have it.
I don't
No,
want to
no,
play the
it's not.
game. That's not my type of game.
What? Yeah. What? What do
Yeah.
you mean it's not your type of game?
I don't want a game that makes me want to fucking destroy my controller
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything in my
It is
fucking
hard.
house because I'm like, look, you made this needlessly difficult. Like, I want a game.
Yeah, then you're not going.
I want a game that look.
I like a challenge.
As an older gamer,
I don't know if it's a challenge.
I look at myself as an older gamer at this point. As
I'll
an
play it
older
soon.
gamer, I want to play a game to relax, to get a good story, just kind of, do my thing. I don't play a game to frustrate the fuck out of me. That's all I'm saying.
Bitch. I like to play some of those more like harder games.
They aren't zombies, but they're damn close, Dev.
No, I haven't played Smite. So worth checking out.
I could play Super Meat Boy and get pretty frustrated too.
Explosion, man.
You get frustrated too easily.
My bad.
But I did. I'll play. Devin, I'll play Bloodborne pretty soon.
How are we on time? I feel like we're like long.
Rambling.
Yeah, we're rambling.
Well, I mean, it's a live podcast, so I don't think
It's very organic.
We're 41. Okay, so what's our next topic? Let's skip over that one kind of. But
So I do have one thing I
suggested
want to talk about.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
It's a list of spoilers if you haven't read this book. So there are going to be major spoilers, but away from video games. But in this week in the DC universe, the Joker and Batman killed one another.
What?
Air
It
quotes.
was like, man,
Bruce Wayne. Now they were fighting, and then they knocked each other out, and then the building collapsed on top of them.
should we like cut that in the spoilers? Like that's a big. I didn't hear about.
Yeah,
that.
it's a big spoiler. Apparently, a lot of people don't know about it. It was in Batman number 40. So you know me, I love my comic books. I got to get my comic books in some way, shape, or form, and that's probably the biggest thing right now. If you weren't aware, DC has gone back and pulled a lot of their major titles for this past 3 weeks. Leading up to, well, when I say pulled them, they released them, but they made variant covers for them, and each one of those variants was based on a different Warner Brothers movie. Like Batgirl was Purple Rain, and Supergirl.
Ooh, yes, you got Batgirl.
I got all of them.
Okay.
Supergirl was Wizard of Oz, and Batman number 40 happened to be the Joker, looking like the Mask poster.
Like
Jim Carrey's
mask.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And in
That was a comic book.
Yep. And in that series, it's a 6-issue run, and it's the end of the Endgame arc by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo came to fame for drawing for Spawn back in the day.
Nice.
And so they're saying that Bruce Wayne and Joker are now dead. They've been killed in that issue 40. And this is the reason why I bring this up, because if you're watching, there's something awesome coming out. Saturday is Free Comic Book Day. Mm-hmm. So Saturday, May 2nd is Free Comic Book Day. And then Saturday, May 2nd, DC is giving away one of their free comic books, and it is the person who's going to take up the helm of being Batman now that Bruce Wayne is dead. Is going to be introduced at Free Comic Book Day. So that's one of those free comic books that comes out. It's free, but it could potentially be the first appearance of somebody pretty epic.
Is that going to be the one comic they give away, or is like?
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying is like you could potentially get that comic book.
Oh, they'll have plenty of them if you get there soon enough.
If you get it, okay.
But there's like 80.
Let her. Well, that might not help. It'll help you people that are watching now, because if you get it edited by Monday,
yeah. But Free Comic Book Day, if you go run out and get one of the new Batman books that's coming out, and you're gonna see the first appearance of who's taking up the helm of Batman now.
Do you have any guesses?
I personally don't. I don't have the slightest clue who it's going to be. You can look online. There's already been people who've already had the Free Comic book and have scanned it in and put the panels up online, so you can get the spoilers.
Oh, really? Ooh, that's not good.
But it's pretty cool. So that's going to be one of those times where every now and then there's a book that's released in Free Comic Book Day that ends up being that one that you should have done.
I keep forgetting that's about free comic.
One of the first Walking Deads was. Yeah. Walking Dead idea was in a Free Comic book. So.
Did we play Smite?
No, I already addressed that. No, I haven't.
What is Smite? Now we're gonna look it up.
He already looked it up.
We haven't played it, so let's just.
It's a third-person action multiplayer online battle arena. Oh, so it's like Dota and stuff like that. No, I'm not big on the Dota type games and stuff. It's battle arena type games. I just never really got into them. I have one of my friends who's really big in it, and he would always try to install those type of games on my computer, and I would never let him. Just because it was just funny, because one time I went to the bathroom and caught him trying to install the games. He was like, "Why won't you play it?" And I'm like, "No, just because you want me to. I'm difficult." But no. So I need you to finish Naruto, so I can talk to you about it.
So I finished the
Manga or the anime.
The anime's not caught up with the manga yet.
It's
though.
pretty close.
It's still in filler.
Oh yeah, Devin was telling me, how do you go into filler in the most crucial?
Because the animation's not caught up yet.
The manga's complete.
Yeah, but the animation's not caught up to the end.
Yeah, because most animation, like, they prolong it, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying usually they put filler episodes in so that because they don't have enough material from the manga, because the manga hasn't caught up yet.
Again, it's all about
books. When you put them on a thumb drive or a memory card format, I will read them.
But no, it's all about
or put them on a drive.
Money, dude. Like if you know, like if the series is dead, right?
So that's
where like. You know, in the
you
manga.
figure out a way for me to read them on an iPad.
But you can prolong that. That's a brilliant move for a manga, publisher. Like, they can prolong the story, giving you filler episodes that might be really good. Like, if you look at, like, The Walking Dead, right? The Walking Dead is obviously farther than the TV show. But the TV show has been kind of just dragging their feet and changing a lot of stuff. But my deal is like this. It's all about the dinero, bro. They're gonna make money off that.
I'd like to get caught up. I just don't have time to read them.
But yeah, if you go into filler on certain shows and they're good point, and you go to bad filler, then you basically I stopped watching Naruto and switched over to the actual manga because of that, because it went to like stupid fillers.
And there's
you couldn't wait it out.
Like there was about I think 70 episodes.
That's anime for you though.
And like
it used to be like that.
Normally.
No, I agree.
Normally they only did it whenever the manga hadn't completed enough for them to have something to go on. But in this case, it's over already.
I get you. No, I agree. Well, I mean that's the whole thing about anime and manga.
I thought you really were about to say sometimes you gotta race. All right, so
sometimes you gotta race.
What about our next topic? Is going to be Silent Hill getting canceled. What do you think the next steps are for Konami?
I don't care about Konami, so.
Well, I do. Here's the thing. Konami doesn't make anything other than like at least one title that I really care about, and a second title that showed promise to the point where like it intrigued me more than it had in a long time. So let's go with Metal Gear. We all know how I feel about Metal Gear. Love it. Love everything Kojima does on some level. But let's talk about Silent Hills. Obviously canceled right now. That really breaks my heart because like that was the first game that's
was that the one with the playable trailer?
Yeah. PG.
So the
one that kind of scared me.
That game got canceled.
That had nothing. Yeah, it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do. Well, it had to do with Kojima. Basically being ousted from the company. But Silent Hills hasn't been really good since honestly 3. And they've had a couple titles past that. 3 titles, I think. My deal with Silent Hill was the PT at the very least was genuinely like freaky. Like
I never liked him.
I know we saw your. You know what you need to do? Like if it's the video, you just cut to that.
That wasn't
like
screenshot. I didn't screen during that.
Let me real quick update. Like the system wasn't showing the additional comments that we got. What's up, Phil? Phil joined in.
Who's Phil?
Are you serious?
From RGS.
Oh, what's up, Phil?
He's been drinking.
I've been drinking.
I know lots of Phils, bro.
Then another one is, are you going to discuss how awesome Daredevil is? And that was from Devin, and we will.
We did that on the last podcast.
Well, we've all actually seen it now too.
No, we haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
Spoiler ass.
Did you not see his spoiler?
What did I spoil?
You spoiled
in the damn group text
you did
about
a big
spoiling.
He did a big spoiler.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I will stab you in your eye in your sleep.
What?
Spoilers.
What did I spoil?
I can't say it, but if somebody else hasn't watched it like I haven't. I was so angry when I read that text.
Why?
I would have been too.
Spoiler.
That's a big spoiler.
You're lucky I don't know who Ben is right
now. We don't talk about it. Don't ruin it for other people.
How did you text it in? The group text. Shut up.
You motherfucker, you said you don't even read our group text.
I read that one.
You didn't get the post? He texted. You
I
said spoiler alert.
No,
with a whole bunch of explanation points.
No, I never got that.
I was like, oh shit.
You're one of the ones who kept telling me to watch it. So
I know it, and you flew past me. And
hey, you do it to me all the time.
I do not spoil at all.
The other time we were here, you were doing it with you were trying to do it with Game of Thrones.
No, I did not. I was talking
Zach
to
was
Becky
like, hey,
about
that's a spoiler. You were like,
I was talking to Becky.
When did I say that?
You were like, hey, that like.
I probably said Ed because I don't watch the show.
No, you said not all of us have watched it. And everyone has, and you're like, Willie hasn't. Like, I apologize, Julius.
Okay, that's all you had to say. Now we're good. Continue.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about both of their feelings about their spoiler alerts. Watch the show.
I do watch the show. I just can't binge watch. My brain doesn't work like binge watch. I can't do it.
That's a shame, because what's better than binge watching?
It's the worst thing in the earth. I can't sit longer than 2 hours at a time.
I binge watched Pretty Little Liars.
Oh my god.
5 seasons, 1 week.
I'm fucking out on that, because I won't do that shit. Like, I gotta walk around a little bit, Like, that's fucked up.
I do too, but, like, when you don't sleep, that's what you do.
Again, I'm fucking with you.
But, yeah, so Daredevil is awesome. If you're not watching it, you need to watch it.
Yeah, and Devin's watched it.
So. Look, what was ours? We actually got off the topic of that.
I don't know.
See, this is why you don't drink ahead of time. Like, I think you're about to pass out. I'm afraid of it.
I'm fine.
Alright. Let's see.
Probably right now.
One of our Facebook page people, Isaiah Twist, asked about Marvel cards, which I have no idea what those are. Y'all do.
So, Julius and I know what Marvel cards are, and, like, if you can imagine, like, sports cards, like, baseball, basketball, football cards, stuff like that, they were made in the vein of Marvel characters. They had all the stats, everything like that. We're obviously looking at something on a...
It's about Nintendo. Continue on.
Okay, but anyway, Marvel cards were the shit. Like, I envied, my friends that had those, because, I had sports cards, but, my parents were like, Marvel, they're not real people. Well, I mean, they really didn't say that, but at the very least, they were like, that's a waste of money.
Yeah, I love my Marvel card collection. My mom still has it back home, actually.
You had the whole set?
I had most of the whole sets for Marvel Masterpiece Series 1. Marvel Masterpiece Series 2 I really didn't have too much of. And then when Flair Ultra got a hold of them and they made the big puzzle cards, so you had the 9 rows and they were all interactive. You might have the Avengers versus X-Men and there were 9 rows of them. You might have the top. And I had all of those. I collected every one of them. And I had multiple ones because I like to get the checklist and I would always have one checklist that I could write out. And so I have a bunch of them.
So Julius was like, need it, got it, need it.
And then I would trade with my friends at school, too.
Of course. That's what cards were for back in the day. I feel kind of sad for kids that don't understand that.
It's funny, too, because when I went home, matter of fact, when I went home 3 weeks ago, and I was digging through my stuff back home, Mom had a box of my stuff, and I found a whole bunch of my Flair Ultra cards. And, Deadpool is one of my favorite Marvel characters. And apparently I liked Deadpool even back then, didn't know it. And I had a bunch of his holograms. Deadpool holograms and, of course, Magneto and Doctor Doom. So.
Also, you had one of, I would say, the crown jewels of the retro gaming community, which was the Super Mario World.
Super Mario World Watch.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
A watch.
Yep. I was pretty lucky. Mom kept a lot of my stuff. She got rid of a lot of stuff too, but she did keep a few things, and that was one of the ones.
Damn garage sales.
Yep. But she did pretty much keep all of my video game stuff. So most of my video game stuff she kept intact.
Awesome. Lucky.
She was pretty cool about that.
So that's about all we have on Marvel cards.
Yeah, I love my Marvel cards. Matter of fact,
they're cool.
I actually was just at the flea market a couple of maybe 2 months ago, and there was a guy who had an unopened box, still sealed, of the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man era
nice.
cards, and they were unopened.
Still be wouldn't work.
They weren't worth anything, but if you're a Todd McFarlane Spawn fan, they're pretty awesome.
You're a Todd McFarlane fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Todd McFarlane fan.
I totally gave a signed Spider-Man to Joe.
Yeah, he still has it actually. He still has it.
Good. Not my
but I like the guy and I like his stuff and I like his artwork for the most part. So
he's made an empire.
He definitely has done that.
So what's your next one?
Saying Silver Surfer hologram was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I know that one.
That's the one where he's on the Silver Surfer reaching out.
And also Phil wants us to say that he's our favorite.
Phil, you're my favorite, brother.
Phil is my favorite.
I'm just joking. Like, I don't. Why? I made it all
I don't
awkward.
know. We're going off.
All right,
questions,
so
right?
let's see. What's All right, next
Okay.
anticipated gadget, like some gadget that's gonna be coming out.
You know, I'm
looking forward to.
I'm the worst about that. I am actually, as techie as I am, I'm always like 10 steps behind everything. Like my phone is 3 generations old, the Note 2. You know, I don't do any the fun things like that. The closest thing I get is a Nike free band. You know, like I do care about those, the running bands and the Fitbits. It's about as close to new tech gadgets that I'm getting. I don't care about the watches that you can talk into. Not my thing. I'm not calling Dick Tracy. Calling Dick Tracy. Come in, Dick Tracy. That's not really one of my things. Not one of my things. So I don't really care about that part as far as gadgets go. So I'm kind of out of that one. I am techie, but not when it comes to gadgets. So.
I'm looking forward to Project Morpheus, like Sony's virtual reality headset. Cause,
I can see that.
I mean, because I have the vest, and then with the headset and stuff and sound system, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
See, what's awesome is like when he's playing, wherever over there, we could just like, if he gets to a really tense moment where somebody's like doing something bad to him, we just punch the shit out of him, right? He wouldn't know. He'd be like, "Oh man, this is virtual reality."
But you do that at your own discretion, at your own.
It was
peril.
a joke.
I know.
Yeah. So are you looking forward to that Google Watch thing?
Actually, it's funny. As an Apple fanboy, I have opted not to for a couple reasons. One, timepieces retain their value. If you buy a really, 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 really nice watch, we're talking, you know, let's just say Rolex, so everybody knows what we're talking about. It will retain its value. Like, it's a Rolex. Apple Watch 2 is going to come out next year. You know it's going to happen. It's just a techie thing. $500, a little too steep for me right now. I got to know more about it. And you know what? I get so many notifications on my phone that, like, that's the last thing I want to happen to my wrist. You know? Little, like...
Yeah.
I would be like, shut up. Like, it would piss me off.
So do you have a gadget that you're looking forward to? Not so much.
Gadget?
So
I don't know. I honestly wanted like Google Glass, like back in the day, but I haven't heard anything lately on it.
Sony has a version.
And I probably would get my ass kicked for wearing it because I would forget and wear it to the bathroom because I'm like, I pee. And then somebody would be like, you watching me? I'm like, oh. Sorry, I didn't know I had it on. I forgot.
Wait,
you know
that
what I
brings
mean?
in so many other questions, though. If it's on your wrist and you're at the restroom, how do they...
No, Google Glass.
Oh, Glass, okay. I was thinking of
Not my
watch. I was
watch.
like, where
Like-
are they looking?
Dude, what are you doing?
Nothing. What I normally do in the bathroom.
I had to do this because I get muscle cramps. No.
Alright, so, let's see. Phil apparently ordered him an iWatch, and it's
Good.
coming in June. And, Johnny actually brought up a good point. Remember the augmented reality craze with smartphones? Like, they used to have a bunch of them that would let you do kind of like the 3D.
Yeah, because Amazon even had one.
The
An app
3DS
anyway.
and stuff would do. And so, I don't think this, with the virtual reality headsets and stuff, I don't think it's going to be as gimmicky as the other things were, like
Why
augmented
not?
reality.
Why not?
Alright, y'all look a little tired, so I guess we'll do one more.
Well, what's our last one?
Let's see. Let's pick one out of here.
What did we give credit to the person asking?
Oh, yeah, most of the questions that came out were from on Facebook, at least from Zach Young and
Zach, good name.
Twist. And beginning in history of Nerdgasm as well as our future hopes.
Okay. I would say you should go first on that. I mean, I think our how we started. You want to? All right. I honestly like.
I want to see his version.
It's funny. I met Willie at ACON, which is a convention that's coming up pretty soon. That we'll be there. It's an anime convention.
Japanese culture.
Yeah, we met, and obviously we're pretty good friends at this point. We're like brothers. Anyways, So, no, we had a good time and whatnot. And I think my deal started with, like, I posted once, and we've only been around for a year at this point, really. And I was like, I wanted to do a YouTube show called Backseat Gamer, which would be me and other people that were just like, constantly, you have that player or that person that's watching you play, and it's like, oh, dude, go right, go left, you're just like, shut the fuck up when we play, right? Well, I thought that would be funny in a very shorter version to kind of shoot videos for, and I was like, I want to do something on YouTube. And Willie was just like, so do I, and I'm like, fucking let's do this. And Nerdgasm kind of came after many talks and lots of discussion and stuff like that. So that's kind of how Nerdgasm came about. Our future, prospects are what, just kind of like pinky in the brain, right? We want to take over the world.
I just want to be me. I just mainly want an outlet where I can express myself, do stuff that I enjoy, and then possibly get popular enough where we could actually go to conventions and people be excited to actually see us.
That's true. That's nice.
And then just be able to actually get more people who know how to do like some of the things, the tasks I do, like editing and videos and stuff like that, to make it a little bit easier and things can be quicker turnaround. So those are, pretty much that's how it started. I just wanted to do, I remember him saying that he wanted to do that Backseat Gamer, and I just wanted to do some of the skits and sketches and things like that I always come up with, the random things that go in my head. And so we ended up commenting on a Facebook post, and we just decided to do it from there. And I always want to bring my friends along with me and stuff, so talk to like Julius, Kirito, Brandon, like everyone, and
Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley, and so pretty much everyone has their own sort of special, I guess, expertise in areas, and Julius is, I would consider him our marketing or our advertiser or networker, because he's always out there sharing and telling people about us and getting us views and stuff that way.
And I mean, after a year, we've accomplished a lot. So like I think that like if you ever like get down about where we're at, we're right on track, really. We're doing good.
I'm just tired.
That might be true. It would happen if you don't sleep. So that's
like it takes me hours to do a lot of the different editing things that we're doing. So yeah, I'm tired. I quit. That'd be a shitty way to do a first live podcast. I quit.
We'll make it streamlined. We'll find a way.
All right. Anyone else have anything to add?
Well, no. Julius,
what?
Like, what are your future aspirations for this? Have a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. And I like it to be informative. Obviously, I do like the information that we share to bring a smile to everybody's faces in some way, shape, or form, without being offensive in some way, shape, or form, and also.
I don't know about that one.
And also be educational. Like I like to keep people in the know of what's going on in the nerddom community.
And we try.
I
know you do.
As factual as possible. I talk about it every day. I'm a pretty black and white person. There's not much gray area with me. And as far as long as getting the information out to everyone and hoping that it gets it out there to you as readily as possible and as accurately as possible and as fairly as possible, that's really my goal. And I like doing it. And it's a genre of everything that I love. It makes me who I am.
And we also, like, our opinions there are opinions, right?
Well, my shit is facts, so it's not really an opinion. Nintendo is the best. Holla at your boy.
That's an opinion.
That is not an opinion. That is the truth.
It's pretty much an opinion.
It's the truth. Nintendo is the best.
Pretty much opinion, because you know what? Like, you want to be factual, but at the same time, like, that's still your opinion, though. Like,
it's
people would just...
It's the best. You can disagree, but I don't.
So Julius' opinion is the best, and if you don't agree with it, then just step in line. Step in line, right?
Yeah. Follow behind me.
It's all good. It's all good.
But no, that's just the kind of way I am.
But I agree with you. I think that we try to, as new as we are, we try to at least inform the best that we possibly can. Like, we're not going to go out of our way to... and we'll obviously endorse something that we don't agree with, or we're not gonna just blow smoke. We're gonna talk real, Real talk. I like that.
Real talk. Yeah, and hopefully, like next time, Aggressive Hug says he'll stop in anytime we're doing a live stream. So we really appreciate that.
That's awesome.
And
Thanks.
hopefully
Yeah,
next
I
time
appreciate
we'll be more structured with it. Like everyone will be here a little earlier, and then also we can have our actual main topics written out ahead of time, and then just take other topics from those of you submitting them in the actual group text, because we really do appreciate that.
And also, like we do, and we obviously have, talked about everything that the people that have suggested talk about.
And we love hearing from you guys because it's a lot of fun. Because it gives us a different outlook on things and it gives us something to talk about and disagree about and agree upon and so forth and so on. So it's always fun.
Oh, because we will never agree on the same things.
Yeah, typically
Like
not.
it's not gonna happen.
Because I'm right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so anyone else have anything to add before we close it out?
Got nothing.
All right,
We have
so
more Nintendo news, but I can talk about it next week.
save it. I kind of like wanted to get it out now, so we don't have to do it next
I'm sure
week.
I'll have next
Oh no! He gets that little bit of Nintendo out, and I'm with you on Nintendo stuff though. So don't get it twisted.
More amiibo.
Like there'll be more. So like you can have them do it right now.
It's a guarantee.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna save you from it.
It's a
I
guarantee.
know. Well, thank you, Aggressive Hugs. And
I thought you were like doing the outro.
No,
you were like, thank
you.
you for listening to our show.
No, I was like about to say thanks to Aggressive Hugs. Of course, he said he'll tune into us, and also Jessica said that's why we rock. It's because we stand by our opinions.
Well, let's also talk about Devin and also
Yeah.
Johnny. Thank you for watching.
Phil.
Phil
Definitely Phil.
Phil keeps trying to get me to make him our special guest. Like every other thing is like.
Does Phil want to actually do this?
It's Phil, of course he does.
I don't know. It might take him a few beers.
No. I remember the last time there was live streaming involved, alcohol, and Phil.
I'll let Phil break anything he wants to because Phil can afford to pay for it and replace it. And you can
True.
get something awesome and better. So come on, Phil, break whatever you want to. That's good for
Motherfucker,
me.
this is my house. Don't do. Yeah, you can break shit at your house and replace it. Nah, it's true. Nah, it's not. We're not even gonna bring that story up because it's not. Yeah, but it's funny
Phil's
as hell.
awesome. I love Phil.
Phil is amazing.
Oh, and Aggressive Hugs. The reason he didn't tell you that we're doing this tonight because we actually kind of decided to live stream pretty much not too long ago. Like
This is a test, actually.
Yeah, we just kind of came up last minute. We've been arguing about whether or not to do it, and luckily I won this time. So if y'all actually want us to keep doing these, let us know in the comments and also on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Nerdgasm Channel. And oh, that's awesome. Jessica said, I know, Jessica said, Phil, do you need some water? You look thirsty.
Why are these coming up on our Twitch?
It messed up on there for some reason.
Are we still online?
Yeah. I'm watching this
We're
here.
almost going 2 hours.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
well, cool.
Alright, so, let's go ahead. Yeah, Nerdgasm is a hella partner of RGS.
Which I'm really mad. I did not know that we were doing the community cleanup. I missed that until I saw it later
Did you
last
not get
weekend.
like we were out of town, otherwise I would have.
I didn't know about it until it was had already been going
I
on.
was in Dallas,
So,
getting a concert rained out. Was gonna see Tiesto.
Alright, so I guess I'll go ahead and close it out, peoples. This has been another episode of Nerdgasm Channel Podcast. Please like and share the podcast. Help spread the word about
I was
Nerdgasm
gonna say
Channel.
down. Like I'm going like go click. Well, we can't click the links down there.
Also check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. All the links are going to be available in the podcast description below. Don't forget to give us suggestions of topics either on our Facebook page, Twitter, and then of course if you tune in, you can give it to us actually in the live stream as well. We love to hear from you, of course. And until next time, I'm Willie, aka Unofficial Ninja.
Zach, Romeo 313.
Jules, Fade Alexander.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Thanks
Peace.
for watching.